Right now, only 18% of Americans actually manifest over $100,000 income per year, and only 0.1% of Americans actually manifest over $1 million in a year. I don't know what the stats are for the entire world, but what I do know is that's an extremely low number. Have you ever thought of this? Why are there so many people, over 80% of people in a single country, earning less than $100,000 per year? Why is it almost 99.9% of the population is earning less than $1 million a year? Why is this? We're going to talk about the secrets to earning $100,000 a year and what that looks like, and stay to the end of the video because I'm going to give you an exact game plan on what to do step by step to make sure you're one of those 18%, or in another video, you're one of those 0.1% that are earning $1 million per year. People are not earning $100,000 per year because they want to earn $100,000 per year. People are earning $100,000 per year because that's all they know how to earn in a year. So the same thing goes for people who are manifesting right now $50,000 to $60,000 per year, or $20,000 to $30,000 per year, or $150,000 to $200,000 per year. Whatever income bracket they're in right now, they're only earning that not because they're thrilled about it, but because that's the only thing in their awareness on what they know how to do. So it comes down to awareness. If you want to be able to attract and manifest over $100,000 into your life, whether it's in a year, a month, or a single day, we need to start working on the awareness of what it means to have $100,000 per year, per month, or per day income level. Awareness is the key. We have to arrange our consciousness in such a way that allows $100,000 to be in our frequency. The great teacher and spiritual guide Neville Goddard once said in a quote, "The rich man, the poor man, the beggar man, or the thief are not different minds. They're different arrangements of the same mind." So therefore, we could also translate that quote to saying $100,000 per year earner, $1 million per year earner, a $10,000 per year earner, or $1 million per month earner are not different minds. They're different arrangements of the same mind. So our goal and objective for you to manifest $100,000 into your account in a year, month, day, whatever that timeline is for you, is to arrange your mind in such a way to believe and accept it to be true and actually identify with that sum of money. Indeed, every day what we have to do is become familiarized with $100,000. Becoming more and more familiar is the key. Most people, the limitation that's important for you to realize is they actually feel it's unsafe and it's a threat to earn that kind of money in a year, month, day, week, whatever that timeline is. It's not them consciously saying $100,000 is a threat and this feels unsafe to me. It's the subconscious mind that actually sees this sum of money as a threat. A common example of a fear is, if I earn that kind of money, what will my family say? If I earn that kind of money, I may lose it all. If I earn that kind of money, how would I even do that in the first place? If I earn that kind of money, is it even possible for me to do this every year, or is it going to be hopeless and I'm going to go down to 10 to 20,000 per year? Our mind gets in the way, and it's because there's a battle internally. On the one side, we want the thing. We desire it, we dream about it, we imagine it. This is the side that empowers us, that allows us to consciously imagine and think and dream of what we do want. And then the other side is the subconscious, is the program side of us that sees this amount of money as a threat from some sort of trauma that's occurred in life. Now, when I say trauma, I don't mean always a childhood abuse or things that you hear about as crazy traumatic things that occurred. A trauma could even be if you grew up having siblings and you were the youngest or you were the oldest, and however that looked, and every single time you played a board game, you were the one that lost. That's a trauma. And the reason it's a trauma is because it's a situation the mind has created a story around on what that thing means. So that child may have grew up, maybe he's 5 years old or she's 5 years old, always loses on every board game because they're the youngest, they don't really understand how to play, and they're not as intelligent and mature as their siblings just yet. So they make it mean, I must be a loser. I must not be worthy. I must not be deserving of success and winning in life. I must not be deserving of money if I can never even have it in a game like Monopoly or Payday or the game of life, or whatever board game it is. The trauma is not what matters, it's what we make it mean, the stories we have in our minds. The level of consciousness that we're sitting at right now in terms of money and income coming in is in a direct relationship with the amount of money trauma that we've experienced as a young child. If your parents always fought around money, or there was always in scarcity or lack, or maybe you grew up in a family where you did have everything you needed. You did have everything you wanted. There wasn't lack in that side, but there was some sort of lack, like they had 10,000 come in, it was always 10,000 out the door, so there wasn't much saving. Or maybe you grew up in a family where you really couldn't ask for too much, right? They did have a lot of money, but for whatever reason, they felt like they were broke and lack and said, nope, you can't have these things. Whatever way that you grow up is a level of consciousness that you're associated with at a low income subconscious level. In order to change this, in order to manifest more of this, money and different things into your life, we need to start allowing your subconscious to feel it's safe and it's a go. It's a amazing acceptance that yes, I want this thing at an unconscious level as well. One more time, this is very important. A common mistake I'll hear my students say when I mention this is, Scott, I'm not thinking lack. I'm grateful all day. I try to be optimistic all day. I'm pretty positive. I'm upbeat. I do my money affirmations. I visualize things before. I listen to the YouTube videos. I listen to the audiobooks in the car. Scott, I'm doing that stuff already. And what I always say to them is there's a difference between consciously doing something and subconsciously absorbing it. Or we could also say knowing something and embodying something. Any person can go out there and say 100 affirmations every day, or 1,000 affirmations every day, or do a gratitude list, or look at their limiting beliefs and try and repeat the positive ones. But almost it never works for most people because they're not actually embodying what they say. So the feeling is the key. When it comes to creating $100,000 per year, per month, per day consciousness level, it comes down to the feeling association around money. Does it feel good when you receive money? Does it feel good when you give money? Does it feel good when you collect money from clients or from potential sales if you're in a business? Does it feel good having salary come in from your job? Does it feel good when you get a bonus? Most of my students, again, they'll say, absolutely. They don't even think about it. They try and defend themselves around money and they'll say, absolutely, Scott, I always feel good. If they are honest and I actually sat down with them and actually had them receive money and give money, I would watch their anxiety level increase. I would watch their worries and doubts increase. I would watch their fears and scariness and anxiety of the actual mind start to increase. So there's a very distinct difference between saying yes right away, and actually pausing for a moment and saying, how would it feel if you were given $100,000, euros, pounds put into your own currency right now? Most people would be like, I'd overjoyed, I'd be so excited. But would they really? They probably would immediately, but then panic would set in. Panic of, what if I lose the money? Panic of, what do I even do with this money? Panic of, is it even okay to have $100,000 in your checking account? Panic of, somebody's about to take it, I need to guard this money. Panic of, throw it in savings, don't look at it, don't touch it, don't talk about it, just put it over to the side and don't do anything with it. You see, all of these actual behaviors, these ways of thinking are trauma wounds keeping us away from 100,000 because it feels unsafe and it's a threat to have this in our account. What happens for the subconscious when it gets nervous and panics, it goes into adrenaline response. It's like that mind that's very, very old that we've all heard of before, that mind that is in animals, more instinctual, tells us when we're hungry, tells us when we're tired, tells us when we need to run from something, tells us when we need to fight. It's that response we call fight, flight, or freeze. If your subconscious is thinking $100,000 is a threat and it's unsafe, it will run from it like no other. It will literally manifest barriers and blockages to keep you safe. Or as soon as the $100,000 comes in, you'll battle it. You'll find every way to spend all the money. So $100,000 came in, $100,000 goes out, and you're like, I don't even know where that money went because it was battled and it was pushed away. Or frozen. You put the $100,000 somewhere in the corner and you never look at it again and you're in a freeze mode. This response, this panic response, is created because the subconscious mind is trying to protect you from a possible emotional threat. It works the same way as a physical threat. It's as if there's a poisonous snake in the room you're in and your subconscious is panicking and saying, alert, you better get out of there in order for us to survive. This same physical response is the same for emotional responses, even though it sounds weird, it sounds ridiculous, and it sounds a little bit insane to even say that out loud, that $100,000 is synonymous with a poisonous snake to your subconscious mind. It will run from it, it will try and fight it, it will try and do everything it can in order to survive. Now, again, it sounds ridiculous, it sounds insane. Why would $100,000 be like a poisonous snake in my mind? The reason is, again, going back to the core wounds you experience in childhood. Anything that you experience that was a limitation, a lack, anything at all in your childhood actually is the energy your subconscious is in. It's trying to protect you from more of those emotional pains. A classic example is maybe our parents, guardians, grandparents, teachers, whoever it was, used to say something bad about rich people. They would see a mansion, or they would see a commercial, or they may see somebody who has a lot of money and they judge them. They criticize them. They may say statements like, that person must have sold something to get all that money. Why don't they share more with the world? They're selfish. Why would they have all that money and not giving it to charity? What about me? I could use some help. Give me $1,000. Instead of paying for your $2 million mansion, help me pay off some of my debt. I'm struggling over here. You see what goes on? As a child, we absorb all of these money beliefs and thoughts that subconscious is still acting as if you're a child. And we usually, at an unconscious level, absolutely love and adore our mother and father, even if consciously there was other things that you did not like or any of that. At an unconscious level, we look to see this person is a leader of my life. They teach me everything. They're showing me the way, right? That's what subconscious is saying at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. So if in the mind, the people that you loved most at that early age were actually saying the rich are filthy, or the rich are bad, or these rich people are selfish, guess what your unconscious is learning? Oh, so I shouldn't have a lot of money, because if I do have a lot of money, I will be that rich person and I'm going to be unloved. My own mother and father, they're not going to love me anymore because I'm the person that they're judging. I'm the person that they're criticizing. I'm the person that they hate. See what goes on here? So subconscious mind is not trying to sabotage you. It's trying to protect you from all it knows it's true. And what it remembers is what you experience in childhood and teenage years. So it's trying to protect you from something it sees as a threat. So circling back to the intro of this video, what did we talk about? You need to get familiarized with $100,000, whether it's per year, per month, per day, whatever you're looking to manifest into your life. And not only do we have to become familiarized with it, we have to convince our subconscious mind that it's safe and it's okay to have that amount of money. It's very hard to do. And that's why, again, going back to the stats, 18% of Americans, I don't know about the whole world, I didn't look up that data, but for just America, 18% only earn over $100,000 per year. 18%. 82% of people in this world, in this population in America, United States, don't earn $100,000 per year. $100,000 per year is crazy small. It's not a lot of money. And only 0.1% of the population in America, in the United States, earns over $1 million per year, around. I'm sure there's data that will say one thing or another, but we'll just say as a guess, 0.1% or so. How crazy is that? 82% of our population sees $100,000 per year as a threat, as unsafe, and as something they should avoid at an unconscious level. Now, most people also will say, and many of my students will say, Scott, well, maybe most of those people, they have jobs, they're stuck at jobs and they don't know what to do. That's not true. That's actually BS. If you have a consciousness for health, would you make the excuse that says, well, I just can't be healthy. Food's too expensive. I can't buy organic. I can't go to the gym because it's $30 a month. I can't even go walking outside. No, you wouldn't have an excuse. You'd say, even if the prices of groceries are rising, maybe I don't have to buy everything organic, but I'm still going to keep my $30 per month, $40 per month gym membership because I value health. I have that consciousness level that no matter what's going on in my life, I'm still going to do that thing. If you had a consciousness level of having a vehicle in your life to be able to drive to A to Z, you're probably always going to have a vehicle in your life so you can drive A to Z because you're in that level of consciousness. If you're in a consciousness around a sport or dance or singing or playing an instrument and you already know how to do that thing, are you ever going to go backwards to just not even remembering a single thing about that thing? Probably not. So if you have a level of consciousness that you're used to earning and bringing in $100,000 per year, you will find a way. The people that are earning $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 per year at a job, the only reason why they're there, once again, is because their level of awareness does not understand what it feels like and what it means to be in $100,000 per year. And if they move their consciousness to $100,000 per year, them and their subconscious will find a way to have that manifest pretty quickly. New side businesses will come into mind and they'll run into the right person at the right time. A new job, a new bonus. They'll have the courage to leave their old job to get a new one. They'll have courage to leave their old business for the new one, or have the courage to have their current business scale to the next level by hiring and leveraging, whether that's through advertising or marketing or more of a bigger team. So getting to the level of the consciousness you need is number one key, and it will always be the number one key. External circumstances of the economy, the job market, any of that have no influence. And I know a lot of people will say, that's ridiculous. I understand. You choose to believe what you want to. It has no influence on your ability right now to earn $100,000 per year or not. Once you're there in consciousness level, it will find a way to come into your life as you also do your actions and behaviors to align with that. 5 steps you need to use from here to get into that $100,000 per year, per month, per day, frequency, level of consciousness, and awareness overall. Step number 1 is commit to actually having that happen. That's it. Decide every day. It's got to be a committed decision. No matter what, I'm going to earn $100,000 this year. It sounds small. It sounds like an easy thing, but a lot of people don't even decide that because their mind already tells them it's not possible. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't even know what that looks like. I've never done that before, and they'll con themselves out and not even try. So the first step is try. The first step is decide, commit to doing that. Step 2 is familiarize that amount of money into your imagination every day. So you're going to familiarize yourself with that. What would you do with the $100,000 per year? What expenses would be paid? What debts would be paid? What financial freedom would you start to have? Where would you invest the money? Would you buy a personal development course, program, or mentor? What would you do with the money? You start thinking and feeling into that belief system on a daily basis, at least 5 to 10 minutes a day, familiarizing yourself with that. As a bonus, I would do it for 30 minutes a day, separated throughout the day. Step number 3 is the feeling of the possession of the money now. We need to start shifting your identity or your self-image into a space where you are starting to marshal the feelings of having the money, being a $100,000 per year earner or per month or per day. Starting to marshal the feelings. How would you feel? Well, you'd feel richer, you'd feel wealthier, you would feel into those states. So now is the time to start fulfilling that feeling level in step number 3 as you're seeing it into your mind. Step 4 is to make sure that you are in an aligned passion that you love. It's so important. So if you're in a job you hate, start finding another job. So many people tell me, the benefits are good. I have family at home. I can't just quit. Can't do these things. I'm not saying to quit. I'm saying the benefits aren't good, but you can start finding a new job. What's something that you would start to love to do, that you're going to put your soul into, that you're going to align spiritually with? Something that's more lucrative or provides bonuses. And if you can't find another job, how can you increase your value to the marketplace? How can you increase your skill level to match a higher level income job? We're not victims. We don't need to say it's always been like this, so this is how it has to go. That's not true. Something new can happen from here. And if it feels like you've been trying, well, probably you don't have a skill that creates $100,000 per year. So go and find what skill would that be. And if it's not a job, create or scale your current business. Create a business, okay? Not everyone is designed to be an entrepreneur, and I understand that. Not every person is designed to be a business owner, but you can be an intrapreneur as well. An intrapreneur is an entrepreneur that works inside somebody else's business. So you're a contractor, you're a 1099 contractor helping somebody with a skill. Maybe you're great in sales. Well, become a salesperson for a great company. You're aligned with the products and vision and mission and all of that. If you are aligned with, maybe you're really good at teaching people and coaching people, well, start your own coaching business or become a coach in somebody else's business, right? Find a way that creates a bigger channel for you to actually move forward. Again, it's okay for you not to be an entrepreneur. Everyone doesn't need to own a business to create $100,000 per year, even $100,000 in a month. I know plenty of salespeople that have earned $100,000 in a month earning commissions wise. It wasn't even their business. It's possible, 100%. Maybe again, you need to be an entrepreneur. You want to run your own show. Well, go in somebody else's show and help them as long as you believe in the products and believe in the mission. Okay, so step 4 is find the passion, find the alignment in the open channel. That's where your action comes into play. You work at it, you put effort effort into it, you put your mind into it, you put your spirit into it, and start saying, how can I get better every day? How can I run this business better every day? How can I run this other person's business better every day with what I do? How can I contribute at a higher level? And then step 5, every day, break the number of the $100,000 into the ridiculous. So break this $100,000 down. So if I had 100 people that would pay me $1,000, that's $100,000. How can I find 100 clients or 100 students or 100 people to pay me $1,000 for a valuable service that's quality filled, that's really good, that helps them solve a problem? What about $10 and 10,000 people? How can I find 10,000 people to pay $10 a month? That would be $100,000 per month. How can I start to work these numbers out even more? What does that look like? Or you can even change it up. How can I find 10 people to pay me $10,000, right? So either 10,000 people, or you switch it up, 10 people paying me $10,000. How can I have 4 people pay me $25,000? Take a look at these ideas. How can I create a service, an offer, a product, a value piece that will actually allow myself and others to gain value, to move their life forward and increase their life? Those 5 steps, if you follow them every day, that's what I did in my first year in business. I earned $100,000 in that year. It was almost exactly $100,000 in 12 months, starting from scratch, no experience, jumped from my engineering job, had no background, no nothing, and it worked out because I followed these 5 steps. And then I went on several years later to earning $100,000 in a day. Actually did it in 4 hours in one day. Following these 5 steps, it's the same thing over and over and over. Test it out, try it out, and like in many of my other videos, I'm going to suggest and encourage you watch this video every day, no matter what, for 60 days. Every day, get this ingrained in your mind. Understanding trauma and wounds, understanding $100,000 per month, per year, per week, per day level of consciousness. Understand the 5 steps. Implement the 5 steps. It's the difference between knowing about a video that you've listened to and embodying it. And what I'm going to suggest to you here is that you embody the knowledge that we're talking about. And you do that through having your awareness on this type of knowledge, this type of understanding every single day. Scott Haug signing off here. And again, in the comments below, I want to see all 60 days, if you can, watching this video every day. So just comment below, day 1 complete, day 2 complete, and we'll go from there. And also in the comments below, you'll see a couple of different videos on parallel reality manifesting and identity shifting as well. These are going to be helpful when you're creating the $100,000 per year, per month, per week, per day level of income as well. So check those out whenever you get a moment, because you can combine all these videos together into an extreme embodiment where you start to embody these higher levels of awareness, higher levels of conscious being, higher levels of being overall, every day, 60 days in a row. And I look forward to seeing you at the $100,000 or more per year, per month, per week, or per day level of income.